by your side all week and your family, away from all the cameras and all the praise and everything. It's so important to share these moments, and we'll be able to look back in 20, 30 years and I had them right by my side. Just a word to them, because I know it's, you know, special to you.
Yeah, I've had the kids here for the first time. I think we've been to one other fight, the comeback effort, but it's not really boxing, professional boxing, it's not really a place for kids, in my opinion. And since they've got a little older, my daughter's 13 and Prince is 11, and I'm coming to the end of my career, whatever I've got left, 2-3 fights left, I wanted them to experience it as well, so it's been good to have him in the camp.
Tyson Fury, what was it like fighting in that freezing cold?
To be honest, it was, while I was walking, I was thinking, fuck me, this is cold. And then when I was in the ring, it was freezing. But then when I got fighting a few rounds in, you don't really feel the cold, the adrenaline's pumping, and it was, I didn't feel cold. There was a little bit where I was like, oh, this could be better than freezing. But apart from that, it was all good. Any more questions?
Tyson, what did you see when you looked into Usyk's eye when he was staring at you in the ring?
I didn't see nothing apart from a ugly little man. And that's what I see. But good looks don't win world titles, do they? Because if it was about good looks, then I've never won anything, because I'm fat as a pig, aren't I? Bald head, lanky, clumsy. Whatever people have called me over the years, 99% of it's all true, isn't it? But it's not looks that win fights. It's the inside of a man that wins a fight. Rocky Marciano wasn't a big man, but he was world heavyweight champion. Tommy Burns was 5'7", still world heavyweight champion, knocked out Jess Williams 6'6". So it's not about the size of the man, it's the fight, the size of the fight in the man. And we'll see.
What do you say with Tyson Fury? Do you think you're unbeatable?
Listen, we're only blood and bone. I'm only here through the grace of God, and I've trained hard and I dedicate myself to this game. I only started taking this game serious when I got to about 30. Before then, it was all fun and games. It was just like I was able to box people and beat them with natural ability. But now I've got Sugar Hill with me, and I've got my nutrition team, strength conditioning guys. I think we're moving on to the next level, and the 10 rounds that I got tonight were very, very valuable to me to take me into the next year for sure.
Tyson, you said maybe only 2 or 3 more fights, but we were talking to Lennox earlier.
Well, hold on a minute, Carol.
Sorry.
Can you finish your question?
Oh, apologies.
You're jumping in the queue, Mosh.
Sorry, mate.
Just listen to you talk, you have a real hunger and desire back.
Yeah.
Usually 20 years in masturbation in your career. So.
Don't forget, I retired back in April, and I really meant it hand on heart. Frank was trying to come to me with exhibition fights, wasn't we? And I just said I don't want to box anymore. And I had 4 months of that, living at home with Paris and the kids and the dog and all that sort of stuff, the normal family life. And I suppose when you've been in the spotlight like I have, and been heavyweight champion for so long, and been boxing your whole life nearly, it's very difficult to live a normal life. And I always said, oh, I just want to live a normal life, just leave me alone in Morecambe Bay driving me old Passat round. But when I think about it, I'm anything but normal. I'm an abnormal load. So I have to, this is what I do. This is who I am, and this is what has defined me as a person. And if it wasn't, then I wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be winning fights, I wouldn't have won 34 fights in a row, 24 knockouts, you know. And there we are, I'm an entertainer, it's what I love. My dad had a good point recently. He said, Tyson is like Frankenstein's monster. He thrives on energy of the crowd and the people. A bit like the old gladiators from the Roman theatres and stuff, for the crowd. That's me, I come alive, and I sap it all up like a sponge, and it makes me feel like I want to be alive. I love this, I'm living on the edge of my seat. It's the only thing that I can do that gives me happiness, sadness, scared, nerves. And I said to the boys in the changing room, I really, really love where I am. Like, this is my comfort zone. I'm like, what? Being 60,000 people screaming your name, and you got to go fight one-on-one with somebody. I said, yes, that's where I thrive. That's my life, that's what I live for. But at 34, and my cousin Caesar said, you're only in your prime. I think he's right. I'm getting better with age like a fine wine. But we'll see. One fight at a time. And that's all we can do. One fight at a time.
Tyson, this is Kieran Wright from the NY Press. My question is, you're talking about Usyk, and you're talking about Joyce, etc. What's your opinion about Anthony Joshua, and also maybe also fighting him?
Nieta. Zero. Not happening. I want to fight real challengers and real men who want to fight. Usyk come here tonight to do a fight, ringside, stood there, got in my face, he wants to fight. Of all the years, we live in the same country. Has anyone ever seen AJ do that to me? Get in your face at a fight and say, let's get it on like Donkey Kong? No.
We wasted 6 weeks on that.
And even Big Joe thought he was going to join the party. What did he get up, Big Joe? He joined the gate, crashed that party. He went, I don't want a piece of this. I said, right, let's keep on the Royal Rumble then.
Tyson, of all the insults you've heard you sling around over the years, I think rabbit is a new one. Why has Usyk got that one tonight?
I don't know, he just looks like a rabbit, doesn't he? He's got 2 eyes that are a bit far apart, facing opposite ways. He's got a big gap in his teeth like a rabbit, so without disrespecting him, he is a ugly little chubby, isn't he? He looks like a rabbit. So I think we got nicknamed him the rabbit, and we're gonna and I've nicknamed myself the farmer, and the farmer will skin the rabbit, put him in a rabbit pie and eat him up for breakfast. And that's what we're going to do.
Tyson, in the past you've labelled Usyk a middleweight, but overall, where would you rank him in the current middleweight division right now?
Well, there is merit to this middleweight talk. When he was an amateur, when I was a super heavyweight, when I was about 17, 18, he was boxing at 75 kilos. And that's when he lost to Sean Porter as an amateur, 75 kilos. So it ain't just me saying, oh, he's a small man, he's a middleweight. There is merit to the middleweight talk. So he has boxed at middleweight as an amateur. I've never boxed at anything but super heavyweight. So I can actually say that. So yeah, there is talk of it.
Where would you rank him in the heavyweight division right now?
I think he's a toss-up between number 2 and number 3. Listen, you can never write off Deontay Wilder. So you can put 1, me, and then you can put the next 3 in a hat and pick them. Usyk, Joyce, Wilder. But I don't think there's anybody in the world that can take Deontay Wilder's power. No one. Usyk's a slick boxer, southpaw, and Joyce is a juggernaut, and that's the fight I'd love to see. If I fight Usyk, then maybe Joe can fight Wilder. Who here wouldn't want to see that? We wouldn't want to see the world's toughest man take on the world's biggest puncher. That'd be fantastic.
Tyson, you spoke about how hard it was for you to walk away when you had time at home. Obviously, you're friends with Derek. Would you like to see him hang his gloves up now for his long career he's had, and how hard will that be for him to do?
I know where Derek's coming from right now, and I can't speak for any other man. I can't make decisions for anybody. Derek will have to make his own decisions, and he's been in this game long enough. He's a veteran, and he will make the right decisions, best for him and his family. But for me, I'd love to see him retire, but still stay in the sport, because he's a legend of this game in British boxing. He's like a folk hero. People love him, and who wouldn't want to tune into Derek's fights? Always entertaining, always gives his all, and he's definitely a good fighting man, for sure. Been around so long.
Tyson, do you think that if you do fight Usyk, it will be quite this
I'm not a boxing promoter, so I can't answer that question. But there is 2 promoters up here, maybe they can answer that question.
It's also been for the court goals. I mean, I know there's Hearns telling everybody it won, but that's not his decision. And the fact of the matter is, the rotation of these belts anyway, which is a fact. The next one up, the mandatory, is the WBA. And WBA has no problem in allowing unification to take place with a bit of boxing. Who wouldn't do that? So that's where we are. And all the other talks, it's the same old thing, like one tickets, no one watches it, no one, most of the stuff he said is a bit like, when he picks people in fights, it's they're all crap picks. He always picks it wrong.
Any more?
Frank, what fight are you looking forward to seeing most next year? Would it be Usyk Fury or Joyce Fury? Which do you think is going to be the most entertaining?
Which one would I like to see?
Yeah. Forget the money from Avenue Tyson.
I mean, obviously, both of them are huge fights, no doubt about that. What would I like to see? I think the one I would like to see for my satisfaction is to see Usyk fight, because I want to see Tyson get what he should be. Officially, I believe he is the best heavyweight in the world. He is, in my opinion. So he gets that. But I'd also love to see the Joyce fight, because of the styles. I mean, it would be something special. So getting both on it. Tyson wants to do that. We're getting both on. We get on.
Hopefully, in the first 6 months, we can get both.
Yeah. But that's again, that's up to Tyson. He's the guy who's getting in there, and he's got to be right. He's got to be comfortable with everything. Providing he's comfortable, then we get him on. And I'm not
Get
saying
me in there. I'm like a high-paid escort. Show me the money. Let's rock and roll. Hit it, Bob. We're not in this game for nothing. We're here to get paid and get laid. Come on!
Tyson, do you think Usyk is overrated?
Usyk, I think, listen, man's a good fighter, and we'll see if he's overrated when he fights me. That's all I can say about him.
you know you're not.
Look, let me say something about Usyk, and don't forget it. Tyson, he's the Ukrainian. Ukrainians fight like nobody else in the world. People didn't give them a chance against Russia. So much bigger country, and they knocked the crap, and they're knocking the crap out of Russia. Don't bet against the Ukrainian. He is, I think Tyson wins that fight, but Usyk is going to give him everything that he has.
Right, Tyson, well done tonight. You were brilliant. It's a pleasure to be alive watching you. Derek Chisora was always there as an absolute warrior. Now, I'm hearing everyone say Usyk, Joshua, all these names, they're all different obstacles that you have to face. All of us in here, all of us in the world have different obstacles to face all the time coming up to us. What's your advice for everyone listening around the world now to tackle those objects and those obstacles to get by in life?
You know, life's a tough thing. You take it for granted, you can lose it quite quickly. For me, my life, I struggle all the time. But I set short-term goals, and I don't mean massive goals, but short-term, like day-to-day things. And I just take one day at a time, and I'm very happy to be alive and well. And if there is anybody out there, which I know there's a lot of people suffering, and it ain't always going to be like that. Look at me, I was 400 pounds, 3 years out the ring. Nobody in the world thought I was going to, I didn't even believe I was going to come back. I thought I was going to end up in a padded room somewhere. But yeah, I changed my life around, and here I am. I got back to the top of the heavyweight division when everybody wrote me off.